We are back in the new gaff. Well, I'm here for like a week and then I move literally a few down the road. I'm going to do like an About Me part 2. It's inspired by the Happy Spender. I'm going to tell you stuff about me, random facts, when I drink a cup of coffee, because why not? So where to start? So I have a degree in physical education and school sport. I always thought I wanted to be a teacher. This one's going to be a bit lighter than the other one, I guess. When I was younger, I used to be a real chess geek. I represented my county, which is Leicestershire, at chess. Sucks to suck. No, I'm joking, I like chess, it's a good game. I played semi-professional poker for 1 year. Self-taught. First season I finished 5,000th in the UK and made about £3,000 profit. I worked a summer in America with special educational needs children in Wisconsin, which was sick. Very rewarding, hard work though. Highlights of that trip, or lowlights should I say, highlights and lowlights. Highlights, a child that was having a really difficult time, autistic child, said that I'd given him the best week of his life. Probably one of the proudest moments of my life. Lowlights, I gave up my tent for one night, so we take them camping every week, and one night I gave up my tent for a homesick child and got bitten on the face 48 times by mosquitoes in the night, and I slept with my face inside like a pillowcase. Second low light, a child froze like an Nalgene water bottle, like a 2 litre camping water bottle, said, "Hey Will, look at this," when I was sitting down like having a chat with a child who'd been naughty, like essentially telling them off. Turn round, bottle hits me in the face, breaks my jaw in 2 places, knocks one of my teeth out, so I've got an implant there. Yes, I went to the 2012 Olympics in London. I went to the 2016 Olympics in Rio. I had a friend who was scouted for the GB squad, and unfortunately they were a swimmer and unfortunately had an accident in the pool and passed away when I was 16, so I vowed to go to every Olympics after that, and obviously I couldn't go to Tokyo because of C19, but when I was in South America I went to Brazil, Paraguay, Peru and Bolivia. I went to ski season in France for some luxury villas called Le Chardon, and I was a chalet host for a little while there. I went to Australia with my best friend Pav, who writes the TA section of the news article. It was an amazing trip. We did my working holiday visa. I spent time like labouring. We lived in Melbourne for 3 or 4 months, and in Sydney, specifically Bondi, for like a month and a half. Started to run out of money, so we went up to Cairns to try and get a job on a farm. Went on a banana farm for a few days, and I hated it so much. Had to fly home essentially, and we went to the Great Barrier Reef. That was sweet. I created my own company at age 23. I designed, branded, researched, imported a selection of eco products and supplied retailers in the UK with those. I then completed and sold my company actually this year, but I was going to just run it. I was just going to sell the stock off anyway, and then got an offer for the company. I'd lost my motivation to do it since C19. Basically, when C19 came, my sales just declined massively, so that's why I stopped doing that. But I just fulfilled orders for customers that were on repeats. I really enjoy boxing, both for the mental health side of it and physical side of it as well. I think it's really good for confidence, and I would recommend any male or female struggling with confidence issues or mental health issues to take up some sort of combat sport. It's brilliant for confidence. It's super tiring and really rewarding as well. You can really see your improvements, and if I had a few goes at life, I think I would pursue a professional career in probably boxing, to be honest. But I don't want to, because I'm worried about getting hurt essentially long term, so I'll just keep to training, a bit of sparring and just being sharp and staying confident. I think also lifting weights is another great way to boost confidence, both for yourself and the time that you get in the gym is a time where you don't have to think about anything else outside of what you're doing. And that's another good thing about boxing, like someone's trying to punch you in the face the whole time. So if you're thinking about something else, you're probably going to get punched in the face. So it's a pretty good way to compartmentalise if you're not very good at that. What else do I do? What do I like? Oh my god, gaming. I'm a gaming geek, absolute geek. I have competed at games since when I was like 13, and that's like competitions for money. I have had a top 12 finish in Europe for Call of Duty with my team at LAN events. I had 2 gaming organisations. We were followed one by Red Bull Esports, had partnerships with different gaming companies. I was like 18, I started these orgs, 17, 18. In COVID, I streamed semi-permanently, semi-full-time, gaming, had like 30 or 40 subs on Twitch, and won quite a bit of money playing Warzone and Warzone tournaments. I got a job for a college, part-time, helping them with their esports curriculum, which was launched last year. I trained and coached their esports academy. They played Overwatch, Rocket League, League of Legends, and then started with Valorant just as I was leaving. But I basically had to leave because I didn't have enough time with like all the crypto stuff, or mainly didn't have enough mental headspace for it. But that was amazing. I actually went to that college, and yeah, actually that would lead me on to the next point. I used to play a lot of football. I used to get paid to play football when I was younger. And I played football for college for 2 years. It was an amazing experience, and by football, obviously soccer. Had England schoolboys trials at 18. Didn't get in, unfortunately, but I did work at Sheffield Wednesday Football Club while I was at uni, which was a cool experience as well. I was thinking about pursuing a career in football, like coaching, even with an education, but it wasn't quite right for me. In the end, what else? Is that everything? I feel like that could be everything. I'm a pretty boring guy. Do I have any other weird habits? Oh yeah, me and Pav started a second company to do with gaming. It was called ETE, Exceed the Expectation, and it was like an all-in-one product for gamers who wanted to go to LAN events to take their like nutrition and drink and like a sweat-proof towel, because you get sweaty hands. As gross as it seems, you get sweaty hands when you're at LAN because you're nervous. Competitive gaming was another escape for me. It's a good way to compartmentalise again. It's super intense and it takes more focus than any sport, even boxing, that I've ever participated in. Also you have to think on your feet. A millisecond decision that you get wrong influences like a whole game, and if you're playing in teams, that would impact the decision of your teammates or the performance of your teammates. So it's so much more intense, especially if money's on the line, or if you're playing some of the other top amateurs or professionals in like the UK or the world. Some alpha for you, some Cryptoinsightuk alpha for you. Me and Pav actually have a podcast called The Brokecast, which you can find on Spotify, where I think we filmed 4 or 5 episodes, and it's just us talking about experiences travelling, being stupid. So if you want to just listen to me being a normal person, then it's on there. I think the first episode's about sexual health, where my mum's a sexual health nurse, and we had her on the podcast, and me and Pav talked to her about sexual health. So if that's something you're into, go and check that out. We talked about our travelling experiences, some funny stories that happened travelling, some conspiracies, that sort of thing. And I do have 10 videos on YouTube somewhere that are findable, where I talk about crypto back from like 2017. So anyone who's interested in that, go and check that out.